even if we are in recession territory, it's not quite like a normal recession. Here we have a tight labour market. There's very few workers. Pubs and restaurants are just opening, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because they can't get any staff for the rest of the week. And that would normally mean that wages would be going up.
Absolutely, yes. And I think many employers, if they could, would be doing that. But then many employers, particularly if they have a shop or, some sort of physical operation, they have many other increasing costs, particularly energy, of course, petrol, etc. So the difficulty, I was just speaking to a hotel manager this morning, and he said that it's very difficult for them to get basic workers, certainly who would be on the living wage, because they don't see why they should do the actual work for that kind of low pay. And you can see where they're coming from, of course. So we do have this difficulty for many businesses where they would like to pay more in order to get the staff, but they feel that they can't at the moment.
But are we not in danger of being back in a 1970s moment where, 13%, yeah, we'll increase your pay 13%. Oh, but wait, inflation's gone up to 20%.
Yes.
So we're now you're behind again. Are we likely to wind up stuck in that?
And this is the problem with rampant inflation, where you have, say, for example, the train drivers. I mean, understandably, like that anybody would want to have a pay increase to keep up with inflation. If they get it, that is going to increase the price of train tickets, which will then in turn increase inflation. And so it spirals. And so you have places like Turkey with 80% inflation. You've got Estonia with 22% inflation. Argentina's been in rampant inflation for decades. And it's very difficult to get yourself out of it without causing enormous amounts of pain. And that's what happened at the end of the 70s, early 80s, was pain.
Yeah, we had the pain. We had a decade of kind of out of control factors, and then we had some pain, and the situation stabilized. Here we seem to have actually had the pain first with the COVID lockdown. And this is like some kind of random play where they've put all the scenes on in the wrong order. I mean, it just seems as if this is, as I said, it's not behaving in normal. You can't apply normal recession models to what's going on.
No, well, the thing is, I think it's 1970s with knobs on, because in the 1970s we didn't have the QE, quantitative easing, money printing. So we've had money printing since 2008. For the next decade, most of that money just got put into banks and disappeared to goodness knows where, largely actually into the housing market, which was ridiculously inflated by all this cheap money. But then when it came to lockdown, we had insane amounts of money printed, which then went into the economy and went into our pockets amazingly. And that absolutely turbocharged the inflation. But we have the recessionary, well, that as well as, the lockdown just clamping down on all production and services, business, etc. But we have the stagnation at the same time as well, which of course we did have in the 70s as well. So we have this stagflationary environment with a stagnant economy potentially and rampant inflation.